Viewers, not even 2 weeks into his presidency, Donald Trump has been pursuing vigorously on his promise of cracking down on illegal immigration, a plank which has been credited vastly for his recent victory. However, in a first such operation involving India, since Trump took office, 104 Indians have been sent back, in fact, in a C-17 military aircraft. These Indians, viewers, have been tagged illegal migrants by the Trump administration. Now, as per reports, these Indians are from Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Punjab and Haryana, respectively. In fact, these people are from different parts of the country. Remember, this development also comes days ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United States of America for his first bilateral meeting with Donald Trump since the latter's inauguration on 20th of January. Pavit is now joining us live right now for more on this. Pavit, can you tell us a little bit about the latest? What time is this aircraft expected to land? How many Indians are going to be there?
So, right, the U.S. military aircraft carrying around 104 Indians will be landing shortly at the international airport Amritsar. So, according to the ATC has given a green flag for the landing, and the estimated time of arrival for the plane is around 2:30 p.m. today. So, right now I'm at the international airport, and behind me in the visuals you can see that the security is on high alert, and anytime soon the U.S. military aircraft Boeing C-17 can land, in which 104 deported Indians are going to land. So let me tell you that the authorities are on high alert, and the food vans and makeshift these washrooms have already been set up at this technical airport. So the area, and let me tell you, around the breakdown has also been shared that there are around 104 Indians who are supposed to land today at 1:30 p.m. today, which include from Gujarat there are around 33 people, from Punjab there are around 30, from Haryana there are around 33, Chandigarh 2, Maharashtra 3, UP 3, which makes a total count of 104. So the first military plane carrying Indian immigrants who had entered America illegally are going to be deported today in the C-17 aircraft, which is likely to land in Punjab today. So the Trump, who had made a promise of crackdown on the complete crackdown on the illegal immigration in his election campaign, and he decided that the illegal immigrants will be sent back to their countries. Since coming to power, the national emergency was declared at the US-Mexico border, and so far the US military planes have already deported the migrants to Peru or Guatemala. So most of the deported migrants today are from Punjab, Haryana and Gujarat, and in a while the plane carrying 104 Indians will be landing shortly, and you can see in the visuals that the securities are on high alert, and the ATC are in contact with the pilots of US C-17 Boeing, which will be landing shortly. So this sends a clear message out there, and US is planning to deport around 1,800 illegal immigrants after this. So this is the beginning of this migration, this deportation, which has started from US. This will follow in the coming days.
Just the beginning. It's the first batch of Indians that will be returning today, and of course more are going to follow. Pavit, for now, thank you for joining us and getting us those details. Let's now move on and introduce our guest on the broadcast. We have Sushant Sareen, who is Senior Fellow ORF, joining us live, and Professor Madhav Nalapat, Vice Chair, Manipal Advanced Research Group. Good afternoon to both of you. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. Professor Madhav Nalapat, let me begin this discussion with you. Now, this is something that Donald Trump had promised during his campaign before becoming the President of the United States of America. And now many say he seems to be walking the talk. And Indian officials had already told the US interlocutors that India is ready to take back immigrants who entered the US illegally. But the way it has started, ahead of Prime Minister's visit to the US, how do you see this?
Look, I don't see the two as related in any way. India had already previously given consent to take back its own nationals, not Pakistanis and Bangladeshis masquerading as Indians, but our own nationals. And that is as it should be, because illegal migration into any country is not only a crime, it can also be a severe national security risk, as Sushant knows very well. Now, I'm happy to see one thing, which is that now the states have been identified where these illegal immigrants have come from. That means there has been some process of verification before they were processed and put on the aircraft. That is very welcome news, because the problem is a large number of Pakistanis and now Bangladeshis, they tear up their passports and pretend to be Indian as soon as they touch down on foreign soil. So that issue, I think, is being sorted out. Otherwise, you would not have this list of states. So I think it's very important for us to track the agents who are responsible for sending these, many of them innocent, unwary people, to the United States. They would have charged a very hefty fee for that. And these agents are the ones that need to be nabbed, that need to be prosecuted very, very severely, so that they're not going to send any more unfortunate people into possible harm's way. The Defense Secretary of the United States himself has visited the border. The Secretary in charge, Homeland, is a very tough guy. So quite frankly, these agents have to be identified, they have to be prosecuted, and this entire network of agents providing illegal passage through one way or the other to any country, such as the United States or Canada or wherever, they need to be held to account and identified immediately.
Interesting points you've made. One of them clearly being that, the way we have details of the states from where these people had come and where they will be sent after they are brought back to India, proper verification happened. So due process clearly, it seems, is being followed, and these indeed are undocumented or people who did not have official documents or legal documents to be in the US. Now, Mr. Sushant Sareen, while this was expected, given the kind of statements we've heard from External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar earlier, there are many in the opposition who have also slammed the government of the day on this. On one hand, they say that Prime Minister talks about Donald Trump being his good friend. On the other hand, something like this is happening. What will you say to those who are seeing this as some kind of an embarrassment for India?
I think the only embarrassment is what these people are saying. I think it's extremely embarrassing that you have an opposition which speaks of bizarre kind of stuff. Now, what are they saying? Try and break down what they are saying. Okay, they're trying to take a dig. But what are they saying? They're saying that because India has a good relationship, or Prime Minister Modi has a good relationship with President Trump, because of that, the Americans should open their doors to illegal immigration from India or illegal migrants who have gone from India. Is that their logic? Are they saying that simply because the Prime Minister is going to visit the United States, then this should be as a matter of a deal between India and the US and not as part of a routine? Deporting illegal immigrants is actually is ideally a routine process. It's not something which happens as an kind of an extraordinary measure. It's supposed to happen. We see that happening from the Gulf all the time. We see that happening from other countries all the time. So what's the big deal if the Americans are deporting our people? Number one. Number two, there is no question, absolutely no question, and Dr. Nalapat is absolutely right on it, of India accepting any person who's deported without proper verification. In fact, this is exactly what the External Affairs Minister said. We will do due verification. We will verify their antecedents before we accept these people back, because there will be a lot of people who will want to come and take this route into India, especially from Bangladesh and maybe even Pakistan. So I think all verification will be done and the due process will be followed. So, this whole chest beating which is going on, this breast beating which is going on about how, illegal immigrants being sent back, I don't even know where this is coming from. What are we saying? In fact, it is my position that there are illegal immigrants in India who need to be deported back to Bangladesh or whichever country they've come from. Are we not in favor of that? So are we saying that it's illegal immigration into India is bad, but illegal immigration out of India is good? What kind of a logic are we following? So this entire debate is kind of bizarre, and frankly speaking, it's quite embarrassing for a country which aspires to become one of the world leaders in a range of issues. I think it's extremely embarrassing that we have an opposition which cannot rise above taking silly digs on non-issues.
And in fact, these kind of comments are not coming from new leaders or new members of parliament. These are seasoned politicians that we are talking about from the principal opposition, the grand old party, the Congress party. Thank you very much, both of you.
I've seen lawyers talking about this. I don't know what kind of legal knowledge they have when they are talking the kind of stuff they are talking. They're supposed to be hotshot lawyers, but they also seem to be saying that illegal immigrants should be allowed from India. I don't know how what kind of legal prowess they have.
Okay, closing comments, Professor Nalapat, very quickly.
Sorry, during previous years, a lot of such illegal migration came to India, and frankly, they represent a security threat and a livelihood threat to genuine Indian citizens. Thank you.
All right. Interesting points you both have made. Thank you very much, gentlemen, Professor Madhav Nalapat and Mr. Sushant Sureen. Appreciate both of you for joining us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. Now, viewers, this move has sparked, as we were also discussing just now, various questions. While the Congress party has highlighted the need for clarification on the issue from the Indian government, it has also cited previous deportation operations under the Biden administration. Listen in.
Well, it is strange. It's just been a couple of days since President Trump has been sworn in. All these deportations, are they going through the proper judicial processes, or are people being rounded up and just put onto planes and India is accepting them back? The foreign minister and the prime minister need to clarify that are we just accepting anybody and everybody who's being put on a plane and being deported to India? Or is the Indian embassy in Washington, D.C. or our consulates verifying that the proper due process has been followed when it comes to sending these people back?
I mean, it's their sovereign territory. If they believe that anybody is there illegally, it's within their right to deport them, as any other country would do. It's well within their rights to do that.
And with this, we will slip into a very, very short break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us.